Welcome in, Burger Hosting. Today we're doing some Pokemon tier lists. And I definitely wasn't late to letting people know I was going to stream today. Definitely not. But if I was, it was 100% not because I was watching a clip of Gavis Metal. Welcome in, Icy Travel. How's it going? But yeah, I am trying to have some music play in the background, some Pokemon music. Let me know if it sounds okay. I did try it on a voice memo first, but I don't know. Walking the doggo, have fun. So yeah, I may have been extra distracted today. Wait, hold up. I forgot to take my meds. Hold up 1 second. I'm taking my meds now. No wonder I've been distracted. I forgot my ADHD medicine. I'm sorry. Welcome in, Dreeds. How's it going? I'm just remembering my morning meds at 3 p.m. Hold up. It's better than not remembering them at all, but still. I will get to the actual streaming in a second. Okay. But yeah, I'm trying BGM for the first time on Annie Live. Let me know how it sounds, if you can hear it, if you can't hear it, if it sounds really bad through the microphone. I don't know. I tried testing it, but I don't know. But if it sounds bad or something, just I can turn it off. Low volume for you, I can turn that up. Does that sound any better? Awesome. Okay, so we're doing Pokemon tier lists. A fun fact, I have never done a tier list in my life. So I'm not entirely sure how I want to handle it. We're just going to kind of go. I found a few just randomly while searching up Pokemon like on Tier List Maker that we can try. I tried to go with like shorter ones because like if it turns out we don't like them, we want to be able to just like walk away. But I have a few picked out that we can try. I'll be posting the final version on my Twitter, but also on my Twitter I will be posting the ones we do as we go under the Live Now post. So I'm gonna post the first one there. First one is Pokemon types. We're gonna be trying to tier the Pokemon types. Because I figure 18 types is short enough, or I guess 19 because this one has the stellar type. It's a good first try to dip our toes in. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. I wanted to do something Pokemon this week. I'm in a Pokemon mood. I got a shiny Tatsukiri today, within 5 minutes of looking. Be proud. My shiny luck's kind of insane though, lately. So, I'm not doing anything to the like default tiers. It's just S, A, B, C, D. I have seen tier lists though, so like I kind of understand maybe. So I'm gonna start with normal, and so like I've always loved normal. Normal's going into S, and the reason I like normal is because like not only are the designs really nice, but like also a lot of them can learn a bunch of different type moves that you don't necessarily get from like a Pokemon of a like other type. So like Zigzagoon can learn Surf, even though it's not a water type. Hi, Cece, welcome in, welcome in. So I like having that variety. And then like I also like that there aren't a lot of weaknesses. It's pretty much just fighting, and then like Ghost, but like Ghost isn't really a weakness. It just can't affect it, but like Ghost types also can't affect normal types, so it kind of balances out. But normal types do have a normal move that helps them attack ghosts. So that kind of, but ghosts don't have a move that helps them attack normal types. So I think normal types have a leg up in that case. So I like normal types. They're really cool typing. Can you tell I've thought about normal types a lot? But yeah. So we'll do the fire, water, grass trio next. Have to do them together, like because like they're the base triangle that you learn. So I'm gonna do them right back to back to back. I do have an order of preference though. I think I want to put fire in. I think I want to put fire in either S or A. I don't like fire as much as normal types, but I do like fire quite a bit. No, I go on mechanics and also vibes. Like I go on like what I like to use and like what the designs look like in general. And I like to use normal types because of like mostly like the mechanics, but partially it is the designs. Just everything about normal types is very good. But yeah, fire types are also very good. I think I'm also going to put fire types in S. Yeah, I like that they have a status condition that goes with a lot of their moves, and like, I just think they're neat. And like you gotta appreciate a lot of the fire type starter designs, especially they're really good. Like the Fuecoco line, amazing, peak. Torchic line, love it. Fennekin line, I will take 10. But yeah, it's also one of the only types that I have memorized that is good against steel. Um, so I always like to keep at least one in my team. Welcome in, Jellybean. We're doing Pokemon tier lists. It's my first time ever doing tier lists. So right now we're doing Pokemon types. And also, do not forget that you guys are free to screenshot my stream and graffiti the heck out of it. If you post it on Twitter, please post it with the hashtag Morgover. But also on my Twitter is the link to the tier list that I'm doing. But yeah, also fire type matches me pretty gosh darn well. Just aesthetic wise. So I have to like fire type. We matchy. Water type's going in A. It's not as good as normal type, but I do like it. It has a special place in my heart because Squirtle was my very first ever Pokemon. And also the Poplio line is very, very, very good. It's very good. I love the Poplio line. But Wordle is my very first ever Pokemon, so it has to be up high. That being said, aside from Poplio and Squirtle, I don't have a lot of favorites. Like, I don't know. Like, they're good. The designs are good. But I don't have a lot of favorites. But I kind of feel like I have to put it in A over B because of how much I love Squirtle and Poplio. They're carrying the water type for me. Grass is firmly in B though. Like, I love grass types. They have a lot of designs. Ooh, Mudkip is also very good. Yeah, a lot of the water types are just fish. Hi, Morphe. Welcome in. Welcome in. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to swap grass and water. Water's going in B, grass is going in A, because I like more of the grass designs. Okay, that convinced me. like again, really the only reason I like water types is Poplio and Squirtle. So I think I do need to put it in B. Grass types is going into A because I like a lot of the designs. Get a lot of status moves. A lot of them get status moves. Serena is really like, she's really cool. Thanks for the follow. So I think grass types beat out water types overall. Even though I do have this nostalgia factor for the water type. Where should electric go though? A lot of them that I like are Pikachu clones. Maybe B as well. I'm not sure. Like, there are some good electric types. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I have some electric types that I really, really like. But I think maybe B, because like a lot of them are Pikachu clones. Which aren't bad. It's just like, it's what it is. So I think I'm gonna put electric type in B. Yay! Celebrate! Let's party! Next is ice type. I'm putting ice type in C. I'm not a fan of most of the ice type designs, and I don't really use ice type Pokemon when I battle, so I don't really pay much attention to the mechanics of it either. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about ice types. Like, some of the designs are fine. I like Glaceon, but that's not that's not a hard sell because I love all the. I actually got a new Eevee plush today. I got the Soda Pop Eevee plush. But I don't. Ice types are cool and all, pun intended. But I don't. Yeah, I think C is probably where they go. Yeah, the Soda Pop plushes are cool. I got the Squirtle Soda Pop plush right when it came out, and the Eevee plush, I saw that it came out, and I was like, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it right now. Yeah, the ice types do have like a good elegance to them a lot of the time. But yeah, they just kind of aren't a vibe for me. Fighting type. I don't use a lot of fighting types. I think I also want to put fighting in C. There are a few fighting types I really like. I like the Palmot. I have a shiny Palmot. I like the Tyrogline. I know Ice was the Dragon Busters before Fairy. Ice was so good way back in the day. But they are kind of fragile. And I do have other types that I like way more than ice types personally. Yeah, I think fighting should go. I'm second guessing myself right now for fighting. Because there are a lot of really interesting designs for the fighting type. But then there's Conkeldurr. I'm just like, no. So I think I'll leave it at C. Poison type I'm gonna put up at B. Mostly because of Grafaiai and Zubat. The Zubat line. Because I do in fact love the Zubat line. Not as much as Rosalie, but it's hard to love Zubats as much as Rosalie loves Zubats. But I do love the Zubat line. I do love the Grafaiai line. I'm obligated to love the Grafaiai line. No, that's a joke. I actually do really adore it. They came out with it. I was like, me, mine, give me 10, give me 500. But like, I also like the Venipede line. And so like, there are quite a few poison types I actually really like. But those are the 3 lines that I really, really, really like of the poison types. That being said, it's hard to use the poison type Pokemon effectively. I'm trying. I want to be able to use poison types better. So I'm like, it's kind of middle of the road for me. Like, I love the vibes, but like the mechanics bring it down a little. Ground is next. I'm trying to think. I like ground. I like ground better than I like rock. I'm gonna put. I just clicked 50 million buttons at once. Sorry. I think I'm gonna put ground in B as well. Because like I like the designs. I like a lot of the mechanics like dig and earthquake. Actually, you know what? Ground might go up to A. Do I want ground in A or B? Hi, Angel. Welcome in. How you doing? We're doing Pokemon tier lists today. I'm trying my hand at them. Yeah, I think. I don't know. I kind of want to leave it at B because flying type is firmly an A, and I like flying types better than I like ground types. Flying types have a lot of cool designs. They have like the move fly, which is just dig but in the air. But I also like I like the concept of flight. It feels like freedom. Flying types feel like the freedom type. And I'm all about freedom. Uh, so I'm just like, it has to be up there. That being said, I don't use a whole lot of flying types. Like, I'll use them early game, but they end up getting transferred off my team like around mid game. Psychic type also firmly an A. You may find that I I really like the more magical types the best. But yeah, psychic has always been like a strong has like had a strong draw to me because I've always liked magic and it felt like the magic type for the longest time. That being said, in Gen 1, there was really only the Abra line. And I couldn't really get my sister to trade with me. And since I couldn't bring my Game Boy to school, I couldn't get anybody else to trade with me either. So I couldn't really use the Abra line. So it wasn't until Gen 3, actually, because I had trouble evolving my Eevee into Espeon. So it wasn't really until Gen 3 that I was able to like effectively use psychic types. And boy, did I search high and low for a Ralts. Like, you get a Ralts for Wally, and the second I saw that design, I was like, mine, gimme. And I hunted for hours for a Ralts encounter because they were so rare. And like, even now, like, I was doing that back in like 4th grade or something, and even now I'm like, I remember searching high and low for a Ralts. It was so cool that a rare, fun looking Pokemon was on an early route. And I was just like, I want it. I want it on my team. It's going to carry me. It did not carry me. It did not go very far because I was not a level grinder at the time. I did not have the patience for it. So it stayed a Ralts and it went into my box. But I tried. I also drew a lot of Ralts. I practiced drawing Ralts so much. Ralts and Curlia. Okay. But yeah, psychic type's going into A. Bug type, I'm going to put into C. Like, yeah, there are some pretty neat designs. I did get a random shiny Wurmple on my replay of Omega Ruby the other day. Which, like, oh my god, I needed it. Like, I was having, like, a rough time that morning, and, then I got the shiny Wurmple. I was like, okay, my day is good now. It's very easy to cheer me up. But that being said, even though the designs are good and they evolve at a lower, well, some of the designs are good, some of the designs are, and they evolve very quickly. They aren't exactly sturdy. You can squash them pretty easily. So I don't really use them that often. Rock is going into D. I don't like rock type. Rock and steel are probably my least favorites. Ice on the same tier as Bug. Where's the unfollow button? No, don't unfollow me. Don't unfollow me. Ice types don't have designs that vibe with me. Like, I think they're cool. I do think ice types are cool. But none of them are like, yes, I gotta have this on my team. And because of that, and because of the, how easy it is to just get them off the field. I feel like I can't put them any higher, personally. But anyway, rock goes in the lowest tier. Rock goes in D. I don't. There are some cool rock types, I'll admit. I'm not a fan of rock types in general. That's just it. I'm just not a fan. Ghost types go into A. They're spooky. They're cool. Their Pokedex entries are creepy as heck. I like using them, and I like their designs. Dragon types go into S. A lot of the dragon types just are designed to be like the coolest things ever, and I am not immune to cool designs. I am not immune to the rule of cool. So I do like dragon types very much. Dark types, I'm gonna put on an A. Same reason as ghost types. They're cool. The designs are cool. The moves are cool. The lore is cool. I look like a dragon type gym leader. I think I'd actually be a normal type gym leader. But I could see the dragon type. I could see the dragon typeness. But the reason I think I'd be a normal type gym leader is because I love Eevee. It's my favorite. And then also Grafaiai is like the street painter Pokemon. And so I would have to either be a normal or a poison trainer. And I choose normal. Steel also goes in D. I don't like steel types either, except for the Tinkaton line. I do like the Tinkaton line. But yeah, that I don't vibe with rock or steel. Fairy type go into S. I love fairies. Fairies are probably one of my top 3 favorite types. Again, I love like the magic themed typings. Jirachi crying. I do like Jirachi, but Jirachi's also a psychic type, isn't it? Am I forgetting something? Is it pure steel? No, it is psychic. The psychic type carries it. I like most of the mythical Pokemon, though. I won't lie. Maybe we can find a mythical tier list somewhere on this site. But yeah, I really love the designs. I love the moves. I love the lore. I love the whole magic theming. It's very nice. The last type on here is Stellar type. I haven't actually used a Stellar Pokemon. But they're annoying as heck to fight in ranked battles. They're so annoying to fight in ranked battles. Someone terastallizes and it's a Stellar type, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm gonna lose this. especially like today, somebody came at me with a Stellar Terra type Regigigas. I'm like, I don't need this in my life. Give me a chance. So like maybe if I use Stellar type, I'd like it more. But right now, it's just a nuisance to me. I'm gonna put it in C because it's rainbow colored. Only because it's rainbow colored. Alright. So we got our first tier list done. I'm gonna post that onto Twitter, and we're gonna go on to our second tier list. Yeah, it's a pretty nicely balanced list, I think. Where did it save? Oh, there it is. Alright. And what do you guys think we should do next? We have the Pokemiku from Project Voltage designing those or ranking those designs. We have every gym leader. We have every character from the base Scarlet Violet games. We have every game, mainline game. Or we have baby Pokemon. What should we rank next? I'll get a drink real quick. All right. If nobody has a preference, we will do baby time. Okay, let's do baby time. I will put that link on Twitter. All right. Pulling it up, and first one on the list is Tyrogue. Actually, you know what? Before we start going on the list, I have to say it's going to be hard because I love all the baby Pokemon. So all of the baby Pokemon are really good designs, but I'm going to do my best to get some in every category. So just know that D-ranked Pokemon are still Pokemon I like. That being said, Tyrogue is AC. It's a really cool design. I think it looks a little bit like, I don't know. It doesn't match the rest of the babies. All babies are S's in our hearts. Yes, this is true. It doesn't match the rest of the babies, and so like it has to go lower. That being said, I love how they handled the evolution mechanic in Gen 2 for Tyrogue. That I thought that was the neatest thing ever. So it gets some points there. And it's a really good design. It doesn't match the rest of the babies, so it has to go lower on the list, I think. Pichu goes into A. And the reason being is it is super cute. Also, it shocks itself. It shocks itself in the anime, and I'm just like, ah, baby. Baby, no. Am I ranking by fighting ability or a mix of values? A mix of values. I'm mainly going by like my own preference. Because as much as I talk about mechanical stuff, I only know basics of mechanics, so I can't actually judge like their fighting ability. I can really only judge their vibes. But Pichu has some pretty good vibes. It has to be high because it is like a Pikachu clone. Being no thank you. Random ad. I had checked this video to see if any ads would pop up before I used it as my BGM, but apparently I did not check long enough. Anyway, Pichu has good vibes. It shocks itself, which is super adorable. But I think like it kind of has to bring it down just a little bit because of that. And also there are definitely babies I like more than Pichu. Like the next one, Cleffa. Cleffa goes into S. I love the Clefairy line. It's just so cute. They're just little star-shaped aliens. The whole entire line of them. And they just dance around and sing to the moon. Who cannot love Clefairy and like Clefable and Cleffa? Because Cleffa's just like the tiniest version. Just Igglybuff also goes into A. It is slightly less cute than Cleffa, but I do like it. It's very cute. It has some good vibes, but it is less cute. It has less good vibes than Cleffa. Cleffa is the gold standard here. Smoochum, I'm trying to decide between A or B for Smoochum. Because I do like Smoochum's design. But then Smoochum evolves into Jinx, and I don't like that. I'm not the biggest fan of Jinx. I don't know anyone who's a big fan of Jinx, actually. But Smoochum's cute. Smoochum's just like that sassy little kid that, like, acts like they're hot stuff. Like, they're the coolest thing on the block. And it's just like, oh, you precious little bean. I don't know. Maybe I think I'll put Smoochum in B. And the reason B over A is because of it evolving into Jinx. It'll be joined by Elekid. Actually, no. I think Elekid's going... no, I do like Elekid. It's Electivire that I dislike a lot. And I don't need to completely judge all of these by their evolutions. We're judging the babies. But Elekid's kind of cool. But it's cool, but it still fits in with the baby vibe. Which is neat. I think that's neat. Magby's also going into B. I like Matt. I have gained an appreciation for Magby because I've been playing Crystal on the DS. I've been doing the virtual console Crystal so I can get a shiny Celebi. Hopefully, maybe, please come home. I've been doing this for a month. But the odd egg evolved, or the odd egg hatched into Magby for me. And that Magby carried me through the last half of Johto. Like, it carried me hard. So I gained a newfound appreciation for the Magby family. But that being said, it's not my favorite design-wise. It carried me hard, so it has to go up higher than it would have previously. But, I still have ones that I like way better. Like Togepi. Togepi goes up in S. I will say, Togepi is painful in Gen 2. It, like, when I was a kid, it immediately, like, left my party once I realized it doesn't learn any, like, moves from level up. But then I relearned that fact while playing Crystal. And I had to, like, teach it TMs to even make it worthwhile to keep on my team. So that was a struggle. But I love its design. I love Togetic's design. I love Togekiss's design. It's just a cute little happy burb. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put it down into A because it does struggle. has a Togepi. Azurill. Azurill, however, I am going to put into S. Like, yes, it knows Splash, which is absolutely useless, but it does get some useful moves. And it's adorable. And I got a shiny one in one of the games I was doing of Scarlet. I was like, I'm not going to catch an Azurill this run because I'm starting with a Quaxley, because that was the only starter I hadn't started with yet. And then I looked over, and there was this little green Azurill. I was like, oh crap, I gotta catch it. But I do love Azurill. It's very cute. Why Not is probably going to be my 1D ranked baby Pokemon. It's probably my least favorite of the baby designs. And I never know how to use like the counter and like whatever the special version of it is. The counter and reflect and light screen, whatever else moves Why Not learns. Because it's like all like the same vibe of move. It's like I can't remember what the last one is, that like, because I think it's only like 4 moves that Why Not and Wobbuffet can learn. It's very limited move pool, and I can never figure out how to use it properly, so I just don't. So like, Why Not? Cute. It's cute. It's not my favorite design, and then I can't figure out how to use it in battle, so it just stays in the box while I complete the Pokedex. Budu, however, is going into S. And that is because I love its evolution. I love its current design. It knows moves that can be useful while it is a Budu. I love that it can like undo its little bud at the top, and you can see the little peak of red and blue petals that are growing. I think that's super cute. I think that's such a good design. I do love Budu very much. Chingling is going into B. It's a very cute design. It knows some good moves. Not my favorite design. And most of the time, when you get Chingling in the game, it's past the point where you would use a Pokemon like that, or like where you can like use it for a while. Like it's like in level 30 area, and like you want to evolve babies pretty gosh darn quickly most of the time, so it can learn like actual useful moves. But like by the time you get Chingling, it's already like level 30 or whatever in most of the games. And so like you have to struggle with a baby for a while, and then you have to go find a move relearner in like the Gen 4 games. And those cost like heart scales. So you have to go find heart scales. And it's a pain. And I know that's not a problem anymore. I know it isn't anymore, but it was such a pain way back when. The baby grind in later areas, man. Yeah. I am glad that they just let us delete and remember moves at will now. That is so nice. Bonsly is going into C because I don't like rock types. Now, I will say, I like the Bonsly Sudowoodo line. It is a neat concept. But I don't like rock types. But at least it like fits in with the rest of the baby Pokemon, so I'm not going to put it down in D. Because like it fits the design concept for what it's supposed to be. It fits with the rest of the baby Pokemon. There's nothing inherent. It knows moves that are helpful as a baby. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. So it's going into C. Mime Jr. is going into B. Uh, it I love especially the anime won me over on Mime Jr. Because, like, for a while, I was just like, this hasn't won me over at all. And then the anime came, had showed me Mime Jr. in the anime, and I'm just like, that is the cutest thing. It's mimicking James. Oh my god, that is so cute. Mime. and so it won me over. and it does have a cute design. Do not get me wrong, it does have a very cute design. But I was also like, when Gen 4 came out, I was also in like my edgy phase. So when I first learned about Mime Jr., I was like, it's fine, I guess. But I'm not gonna catch it or train it because it's just too cute. It's too cute for someone like me. It's too babyish. And I was like being all like an edgy snob about it. And then the anime came and I was like, too cool for babies, yeah. Too cool for babies, but not for Eevees. Remind me to tell you about my shiny Eevee hunting experience one of these days, guys. To give you a hint, I still have not caught it. And I started in Platinum. But yeah. Happini. I think Happini's going in B2. Like, it's a cute design. It does its concept well. Actually, no. Happini goes into A. Because it is a cute concept. It does its design well. It doesn't, like, bother me, like, in any way, shape, or form. Like, there's nothing bad I can say about Happini, with the exception of I like other babies more. Munchlax, however, is going into B. Munchlax was annoying in the anime. Don't at me. Like, it's a nice design. I do think Snorlax benefited from having Munchlax as a pre-evolution. I think it's neat that, like, the, like, very sleepy Pokemon evolves from a very hungry Pokemon. It kind of, like, really leans into the whole hibernation vibe that Snorlax has going for it. There are a lot of designs I like more than Munchlax, and the anime phrase, like, just... I think they were trying to show it off as laughs, but they're like, these Poffins are so important for us, and they'll leave it out to cool, or like, we worked hard on this food, and they leave it out to cool for a little bit, and when they come back, all the food is gone, and it's always Munchlax. And so I just, like, I get it, but it irritated me after about the third time that they played that joke. And I was really glad when they got the little, or I guess it was Pokeblocks, because May was the one who had the Munchlax. But anyway, it really made me happy when they got, like, the episode where they had the special Pokeblock recipe that just filled Munchlax up with one block. I'm like, oh, thank goodness, this joke is done. But that's what brought it down to B, is just the anime. Riolu goes into S. I don't make the rules. Riolu is cute and cool and knows good moves. And you get it as an egg in Gen 4, so you don't have to deal with having to do the move relearner. Which is great. I love that. Mantike will go into C. It's cute. I do think Mantine probably did need a second, like a pre-evolution. So it filled that. Never really used Mantike. But it's cute. It's not the worst baby in the world. It's just kind of there. And I think Toxel will go into A. Because, like, I like that Toxel has the baby vibe. I really do. Like, it encapsulates the baby vibe as well as Hapini does. And Togepi does. And so it does need to go right up there with Togepi and Hapini. And then, like, it has good moves and cute moves and a good energy to it. And then it evolves into a really cool Pokemon. And it has a good, like, type combo. Like, it's not my favorite, but it's up there. And with that, we are done with the babies. Yay! I'm gonna post this real cool. I'm gonna post this real cool, like. um. All baby Pokemon are S here, but there we go. So now, we have 4 more that I've figured, I like picked from. I do want to do the Miku one. And I do want to do the games one specifically. So which would you guys rather do? Me ranking Miku designs for all the types, or me ranking all the mainline games? Which one would you want to see me do first? Get another drink. What are Miku designs? Like the Hatsune Miku Project Voltage. They did a design for Miku for every single Pokemon type. Hi, Queen Kiwi. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, that sounds great. So let's do that one next. I have posted that tier maker on my Twitter as well, in case you want to see it and play along. First up is the normal Hatsune Miku, my favorite Hatsune Miku of the 18 designs. I love how quirky. I love how quirky normal Miku is. Normal type Miku is. Just they're so arty. I love their sunglasses. I love their oversized shirt. I love their multicolored leggings. I love their shoes that have pointless things coming out of the sides of them. It's ridiculous. I love normal type Miku. Everything about her is very good. I have to figure out where the Miku one is. There it is. Because I have like the designs all pulled up right next, like on a different tab. Oh, okay, the type bias is real. Yeah. I'm sorry. I do have a type bias. Fighting type Miku goes into B. It's a really cool design. Actually, no, I think out of all of them, I want to put fighting type Miku into C, because there are a lot that I like more. But it is a cool design. um, Let me look at flying type Miku, who's next. Yeah, I think flying type Miku I'm going to put into A. I love the clear sleeves. And the cute shorts. And the big boots. It's a very good design. But I do like normal and poison better, because poison is also going to be an S tier. Poison type Miku just looks like an absolute gremlin, and I'm here for it. And I love her multicolored hair. Let me look at what ground Miku's full design looks like 1 second, because that's who's next. I don't remember it that well. Ooh, that is a cool design. That is like some post-apocalyptic shit right there. With the torn cape. Oh my goodness, that is cool. I guess it could also be traveler design, but still, like, it has that like really cool, edgy without being too edgy vibe to it. A or S, A or S. I don't want to have too many in S's, because I'd put all of them in S's if I could. But I do think I am going to put ground in S. Actually, I'm going to put ground in A, because I don't want everyone to be an S, and rock is going into S, because like it has the rock type Miku has 2 designs. A really, really like princessy looking design that is just so flowy and elegant and beautiful. And then also like this jester looking design. And I'm like, I love both of them, but I love that it gives the impression that she just tears away her skirt in the middle of like the court. And like everybody thinks this is the princess, and she walks in all regally and everything, and then she tears away her skirt to reveal her jester outfit, and then just does a little jig. And I love that a lot. I just love the image of it. Bug type is going into D. I'm not a big fan of bug type Miku. I get what they were going for, and it's not a bad design. But overall, it feels a little lackluster compared to the other designs. So it's going into, and I think that was actually kind of the point. I think that was kind of the point, to look a little drab, to look kind of like toned down compared to all of the other designs. I'm just not a big fan of it. Let me look at Ghost. I love the glitch effect for Ghost Miku, but I am gonna put her in A. Maybe B. A or B. The glitch effect kind of carries the design. I think I'm gonna put her in B. Like, it's a cool design. All these designs are good, don't get me wrong, but there are definitely more designs I like better. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put steel type, though. Steel type is cute. Did I run out of music? 1 second. Yeah, I did. Heidi Great Destroyer, welcome in, welcome in. We are doing a tier list of Pokemon right now. We are on the Project Voltage Hatsune Miku designs. I'm trying to figure out where steel type goes. Does steel type have a recorder? I think it's supposed to be like the Poke Flute, but yeah, basically a recorder. Okay, chill Pokemon music to vibe to. Let's try this one. I haven't done individual Pokemon, but fire type was S tier when we did the types. Do I want to rank steel A or B? What do you guys think, A or B? Because I feel like I could go either with it, with her. I'm doing great. I was really excited to try tier lists for the first time. And so I was like, ever since I woke up this morning, I was like, is it time? 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 And then I started getting distracted by Gava's metal clips. I mean, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't say that. I don't get distracted. Yeah, I do. I'm such a liar. VTuber crush? No. But he is like potentially like he's reaching Oshi level. Like Kiara is still my Hololive Oshi, but he's getting up there. I am obsessed with his song Unlucky though. I sing that song a lot. Yeah, of all the VTubers that I like pay attention to even a little bit, Kiara is my favorite. But Gavis Battle is getting up there. Battle is making his way up. I look like her somewhat. I mean, I guess. We both have some orange in our hair. Cosplay outfit when? Maybe. I think I'm going to put steel type in B. Let me look at fire type. Fire type is so cool. I forgot how cool fire type is. What the heck? I could hang with fire type Miku. Fire type Miku's going into S. This one's gonna be so unbalanced, guys. I have 4 in S right now. Alright, what's water type Miku look like? Water type Miku is also cool, but I'm not super vibing with her. I think I'm gonna put her in C. Grass Miku, though. Grass Miku is cute. Grass Miku is super cute. Grass Miku is waifu. That was a joke, guys. But yeah, I do like Grass Miku. But is Grass Miku S material, or is Grass Miku A material? I'm kind of thinking A material. Only I am truly S material. You're right. You're right. I am the only S Miku in the world. But no, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do my best to be S grade material. I think both Mom's dog and my cat are trying to break into my room right now. Because, like, I hear Mom's dog panting, but, like, I hear my cat pawing at the door. So I think they're both trying to get in. I don't know. Maybe I want to put Grass in S rank. There's so many Mikus I like. I'll save Grass Miku for last. Popular among animals, secret Disney princess. Oh, you found out my secret identity? No, I'm not a Disney princess, but ooh, I have an idea for a piece of art now, though. Ignore that. But yeah, I am actually popular with animals. I get, like, ever since I've grown up, I will say, like, when I was a kid, I was less popular with animals. But that was because I didn't have the patience or understanding of consent. Did they actually break in? They did break in. Okay. They successfully broke in. But once I learned, like, that animals require, like, boundaries too, and how to see those boundaries and respect those boundaries, I became real popular among animals. And then, like, it helps that, like, I was going to volunteer with the local humane society. So I did have to learn how to do basic training and taking care of animals. Unfortunately, I had no way to get to the humane society. Because while it was local, it was too far away to drive to, or no, to walk to. And I was too young to have a car when I first wanted to volunteer. And then by the time I was old enough to have my own car and driver's license and everything, I started realizing, can't actually be around noisy dogs because of my sensory processing disorder. But it was good that I learned, like, the basics of how to interact with animals. And I do think that's why animals like me, because animals do like me. Even fussy animals like me. Like, my sister's cat, who's very feisty, will tolerate me pretty well. And then, like, I've had some friends' cats who don't like anybody, like any new person, befriend me pretty quickly. Pretty good at understanding, like, what animals want and respecting that. And I think, like, the animals pick up on it. Sorry, I ran on a tangent there. What were we working on? Electric Miku. Electric Miku goes into B or C. It's probably one of the weaker designs, so it should probably go into B. but I like her energy. Oop, did not mean to close that, meant to go back. What's my favorite animal? Phoenix. My favorite animal is a phoenix. But if we're talking about non-magical animals, it's a fox. But if we're including magical animals in the list, it's a phoenix, then a carbuncle, and then the fox, and then a cat. My familiar is a cat. His name is Cosmo. Also, if you do not know what a carbuncle is and you try to look it up, make sure you type in carbuncle myth. Because if you just look up carbuncle, you'll get the infection, because there's a type of infection called a carbuncle. So make sure you type in carbuncle myth if you look it up. Yeah, I think I'm putting electric Miku in C. Psychic Miku is pretty firmly a B for me. She's cute, but she's also kind of plain. And I think I get why she's the plainest of the Mikus. I think it's because she's the first Miku that was designed, and so you kind of want to play it safe with your very first one. I think you've seen one of those in Final Fantasy. Yeah, Final Fantasy does have a take on the carbuncle. Ice type. Where's the ice type? Yeah, the hair brings me out of it. I love the outfit, I really do, but the hair brings me so far away from wanting to put Ice Miku high on the list. Ice Miku's going down into D. Dragon Miku, where's Dragon Miku? Dragon Miku is cool. Why are so many of these designs cool? I can't put every one of them in S tier. Why this? I'm going to put her in A tier because she's not my absolute favorite, but she is real cool. And her microphone is a sword. I just noticed that. Oh my god. The ice defamation continues. Okay, but look at Ice Hatsune Miku. Look at her hair and tell me that you actually like it. If you do, that's fine and valid. But I'm just it draws me so far out. There was so much more that they could have done with Ice Hatsune Miku's hair and outfit that would have gotten across the ice type better than what they went with. They went with the low bar, the low hanging fruit of design choices. And that's not to diss on them. I promise. I'm not dissing on them. All these designs are good. But there is more I would have done. There's different things I would have done if I were the one who would have designed ice type Miku. Even if I wanted to keep the energy of really cool kind of butch energy that ice type Miku has, there is more and different I could have done. The ice hate isn't real, I promise. I do like ice types. They just aren't really my vibe, personally. Alright, dark type. Oh wait, I closed out the picture of all the Mikus again. Okay. I'm really torn on dark type. Yeah, I have big fire energy. I have I would like to say I have normal energy because I love the normal type so much. And according to Dreads. I'm really not sure how to pronounce your name. I am so sorry. I have dragon type energy too, which all of them I am a-okay with. But next on the list is dark type Hatsune Miku, and I am so torn. And I'll tell you why in a second. I gotta get a drink. On one, the design itself is really good. I love the energy of the design. On the other hand, her partner was literally a Pokemon designed after Kiss. Why did they not go with a Kiss themed design? Like that energy, like with the full face paint and the spiky hair. Like if anyone was supposed to have spiky hair, it should be somebody with the Kiss design Pokemon. And like I do like the energy Dark Miku has. Just the dark design is interesting to keep looking at. Yeah. No, I fully agree that the dark design is very interesting. But I was full on like expecting when it came out, because I knew they were going to do Obstagoon as Dark type Miku's partner. And the reason I knew that is because every single Pokemon that from all of the other types had some sort of music relation. And the only dark type that clearly had some sort of music relation was Obstagoon. Now, Obstagoon is based off of the band Kiss. I feel like there's a disconnect between Dark type Miku and Obstagoon. But Dark type Miku's design on her own is really good. Like, it's a really solid design. I want giant lips Miku. No, I want full face paint Miku. Hi, Adam Fox. Welcome in. Like, I want Miku with her face painted pure white and like a black lightning stripe across it. I think that would be so friggin' awesome. But I think I'm going to put my bias of expectation aside and put Dark type Miku in A. Because the design is solid. Fairy type Miku, as much as I love Fairy type Miku, I think she goes right along with Psychic type Miku and B, because while I get what they were going for Fairy K outfit for the fairy type. It's kind of, it falls behind a lot of the designs. Hi, Snow Tiger. Welcome in. Like, I love the fairy type Miku design for what she is. But if you put her in a lineup with everyone, she and Psychic type Miku kind of blend in. Like, blend into the background a little bit compared to the rest. Because they're just girls in like day clothes. Everyone else has like some kind of costuming, but fairy type Miku and psychic type Miku are just girls in day clothes. Anyway, we're back to grass type, and I still don't know where to put grass type, whether to put grass type in A or S. And I might just let my bias go and put grass type in S, because like I love the energy. I love Genki girl energy. Fairy type S plus. Honestly, if it weren't for the fact that she is just a girl in normal day clothes, she probably would have been elevated. Or if like everybody else was like in normal street clothes, she probably would have been elevated to S, because her design is good. Her design is a solid design. But when you combine it with everybody else's, like if you put them all in a lineup, she would look kind of lackluster. I think I'm gonna put grass in S. We're gonna download this image. And we are going to add another post. Shit. All right, and with that, we will move on to games, because I want to definitely get the games done too, because I have a lot to say about games. I may or may not ramble. I will try to keep my rambling to a minimum, but I may or may not ramble. But we have the mainline games from 1 through 9. And that is now on my Twitter too, if you want to play along. Okay, some of the newer games are okay, but some of them are actually good. And it's fine to have your opinions. That's what this is about. This is about sharing our opinions. I will have some hot takes, like this one. The red and blue games, D tier. Actually, no, I'm going to put them in C tier because they did start off the series. But they are bad. They are objectively bad games. They are almost unplayably bad games. I have tried so hard to play through my red version now. But it's like Harden did nothing at one point in time. There actually no, not even did nothing. My Metapod did not learn Harden. They're the buggiest things in the world, and I love them. Don't get me wrong, I love all the Pokemon games, but red and blue were very bad, objectively. They had the least amount of story, I think, out of all of them. Hi, Senpai Electric. Welcome in, welcome in. Ooh, does this mean Senpai noticed me? But yeah, I do love red and blue games. I started with red. I have a level of nostalgia for the first games, but they are barely playable. Especially like if you play them now. There's so many quality of life changes that have been added to Pokemon over the years that it is so hard to go back and play through the games and like actually enjoy yourself. And like so many bugs have been fixed, and like it's just so hard to understand what's going on. You can barely tell what the sprites are from certain, like from the back. It's not great, but I love them. Do not get me wrong. I love every game on this list except for maybe BDSP. And even then, I can I can play BDSP. D tier is being saved for BDSP. But red and blue are C tier. They did a lot for the series in that they got it started. I have thoughts on BDSP and I will definitely get into them. The game is very nostalgic for me. The region is very nostalgic for me. The Pokemon designs are good. It was a buggy mess. And the graphics were not great even for, like, again, like, I'm not even going, oh, it needed to be in 4K back in 1996. No, I'm saying, like, the back sprites were barely recognizable. Look, I'm not even upset that the platinum content was gotten rid of, because, like, they got rid of the emerald content in Oros too, and a lot of the crystal content in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, if I recall correctly. But there's a lot of things that I have feelings on for you know what, let's just talk about BDSP for now, since we're on the subject. BDSP is going into D tier. It left the bugs in from the original games, which shows either a level of crunch time that is unacceptable or a level of work ethic that is unacceptable. And I want to say it's crunch time. Yeah, it was copy and pasted from what I heard too. I don't mind the graphics, with the exception of, like, the following Pokemon not being resized. I liked how they handled the graphics for, like, the story climax. Hated how they handled the underground. Hated how they handled contests. They destroyed them. I was looking forward to actually being able to play in the underground with my friends, and they took out the fun co-op, like, capture the flag, trap your base. They took that out. And I'm just like, why? Why change it? To just make another route in Pokemon? No. And then, like, they changed contests for absolutely no reason. They turned them into musicals from the 5th generation. Like, it's almost the exact same. Like, instead of throwing an item, you used a move, yes, but this concept was the same. They took out what made the contests. They didn't even have a winner for the contest. They had a star of the show, not a winner. And I'm like, contests are a competition. It's in the name. It's a contest. You're contesting against your opponents. And so those two things especially I had problems. Well, three things especially I had problems. Is Nexus a contest? No. Nexus is an academy. We're working together to learn and grow. And, like, yes, there are contests in Nexus and in Annie Live, but it's a healthy competition. It's not like I'm going to crush you and we can't be friends. No, we're friends first. And so, like, I see it more of an academy, and, like, the like, contests that are held within Nexus are, like, few and far between, and also, like, not that big of a deal. No, I would never use minus coins. You guys, you gotta understand, we're supporting each other. We're not here to be like, I'm going to crush everyone else. Like, the first contest that we had was in preparation for our debut. It was a 10-minute mini debut. And we spent the entire week ahead of time, just, like, on our own, not like forced to, the entire week ahead of time, helping each other improve our performances. We, like, spent it, like, practicing our performances and giving each other honest feedback, and, like, helping each other build confidence. We are a team. Nebulink is 16 strong. And, like, I can't talk about Genesis because, like, I've just started meeting them, but they have been pretty heckin' awesome too. We're not, like, we're not a battle royale. Like, yeah, we joke about it, but we're not actually a battle royale, guys. um, the support is amazing. Yeah, we adore each other. Thanks for the follow, Senpai Electric. Speaking of electric, the next game we're going to talk about is Pokemon Yellow. I will put Pokemon Yellow in B because they actually fixed a lot of their issues that Red and Blue version had. Like, yes, it was still buggy. Yes, there were still problems with it, but it has all the nostalgia. And also, you can at least tell what the sprites are supposed to be from the back. So I'm putting it in B because it's a good, solid game. And you also get Pikachu following you around, and you get its little face popping up when you talk to it. From a competitive player and a master poke breeder, putting the effort in was what made stuff fun. But I feel like in the newer games, they make stuff way too easy. You don't have to evolve Pokemon. I'll get to that in 1 second, Autumn Fox. You seem to care about your Nebulink classmates a lot. It's nice to see. Yeah, I really do. We are 16 strong, and we all care about each other very many. I will have the opposite opinion of you, Autumn Fox, and that is because I struggled so hard to get into competitive Pokemon. I have been trying since 2007, but EV training, I could not keep track of. Like, I guess not physically, I mentally could not manage it because I do have a mental disability. And so the ability to be able to count it all in one go was manageable for me. I could sit down and I could grind out everything I needed and then do it all in one go. And if I made a mistake, there's a way to reset that now. That being said, there is still effort you have to put into it. Like, I spent days preparing my competitive team, like just getting the stuff I needed, not even counting like getting the Pokemon ready. Just like getting the fresh mochi that I needed for the competitive team. Like, getting the items takes effort and time and energy. And then, like, if you don't want to use mints or ability patches, that takes even longer. So there's still ways to like grind up, and still things you have to do to grind up. It's not the easiest in the world, but it's more manageable, especially for like, again, people like me who are mentally disabled. Um, you refuse to use mints. That is fair and valid. Yeah, you play the way that is fun for you. That's the great thing about Pokemon, is that there's a lot of ways to handle playing now. But yeah, I made my first competitive team this spring, and I have been having a blast doing it. So I really do like competitive now. And I am excited to make a new competitive team that I can use for like stream when we can stream on YouTube. Because I am going to want to do competitive Pokemon streams. So I said Yellow was solid middle of the road, like solid mid game, like just good game. I'm going to put Silver and Gold also in B. They were solid games. They learned a lot from their predecessors. They added new things to Pokemon. They made things a little bit less painful, but it actually, you know what? No, I am going to keep them as B. They were still painful in their own ways. We weren't quite to the quality of life that makes traveling manageable. And I say this as someone who's played Crystal lately. So I understand the Gen 2 vibe a little bit better than the Gen 1 vibe. Actually, I played Gen 1 like 2 years ago. So, but yeah, there is a reason I put Gold and Silver in B rather than A, and that is because Crystal was going into A, and that is because not only did it learn from Gold and Silver, but it also added the first element of customization. It changed Pokemon forever. And as someone who thought they were a girl at the time, being able to play as a girl meant a lot. Like, I'm not a girl, I'm non-binary, but I didn't know non-binary was a thing back then. And I was so upset, little me was so upset that the game seemed to promote that only boys could be Pokemon trainers. And so I was real excited for Crystal. Crystal meant a lot to me as someone who thought they were a little girl. And so I'm sure it meant a lot to people who actually were little girls. To be able to play as someone close to yourself for the first time. But yeah. Hoenn games, I'm going to put an A. Ruby and Sapphire, I'm putting an A. They were really good. They were the first time Pokemon was in full color. They added reflections. They added double battles. Okay. I will say this a million times. Hoenn understood what was needed for getting across, like, this is a child going around the country on their very first adventure, because you had so much stuff to get distracted by. You had the gym badges, of course. You had the evil team, of course. You had the collecting and training Pokemon, of course. But then you also had contests and Pokeblocks, which was something completely new and still one of my favorite things to this day. You had the Trick House, which was just this mini puzzle that changed every time. You could completely skip it and it wouldn't matter, but you could do it and you could waste time doing it. You could spend so much time in the Trick House, and I did. And then I was about 10 when the Hoenn games came out too, so it was the perfect age range for me to be like able to judge this. But I still feel this to this day. It had secret bases, which I still think Pokemon should have kept in the games. Just little places that you could like make your own. You could make your own little tree house, or you could like set up in a cave. And are you telling me that 10-year-olds or older on an adventure would not make their own little cave if they had the option? Because I think they would. I would think they would make their little home away from home in a tree or a cave or something. And then they had like the soot area up north where you collected soot and you could trade it for things. And then you could decorate your secret bases. You could decorate your room. You could dive underwater, and it was so cool underwater. But yeah, there's a lot of cool things you could get distracted by in Hoenn. Emerald goes up to S tier because it has all that and more. It added the battle frontier. I feel like it added more than that, but I haven't played Emerald in a while. But it was just so good. It was everything Hoenn was and more. And actually, you know what? We're putting Oros up there too. Oros is going into S for the same reasons. We're not going to rehash this later because it took Ruby and Sapphire and it built upon Ruby and Sapphire. It added more things that you could get distracted by. It added better graphics. It added stuff. Like, yes, they didn't have the Emerald Battle Tower, but or Battle Frontier or anything like that. Yeah, it had the Eon Flute, which was really cool. It also had like those little rings. It had that you could catch legendaries in. It had the Dex Nav. It had megas. It had a lot. And so I think the Aura should go into S tier. Fire Red and Leaf Green, I'm gonna put in B. And the reason I'm going to put it in B instead of anywhere higher or lower is because they aren't as bad as the original Fire Red or not Fire Red, Red and Blue games, but they weren't really up to par in my mind with Ruby and Sapphire. They didn't add as much as they could have. And I think part of that is because it was the first remake that Pokemon ever made. And so in a lot of ways they were playing it safe. So it's not even my favorite Kanto remake. But it is objectively better than Red and Blue. Diamond and Pearl. People are going to hate me for this. They will. I know they will. I'm putting it in B. I enjoyed Diamond and Pearl. I'm putting them in B. I enjoyed Diamond and Pearl. However, a lot of the stuff that it carried over from Hoenn, it did worse. Contests, it did worse. Secret bases, it did worse. Now the graphics were better. The story was interesting. It was a solid game. I enjoyed it. Welcome in, Sky Dancer. How you doing? Now I will say Platinum, which is next, is going into A because it did better. It did everything Diamond and Pearl did, but it did better and added more. If there was a tier between B and A, I would put it in that, but there's not, so it's going in A because I still think Ruby and Sapphire are better. But Platinum is the best Sinnoh game, and Sinnoh as a region is really cool, so I don't mind putting it in A. That's true. Okay, Distortion World is really good. So now I don't feel as bad putting it in A. Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I'm going to put it up in S. It doesn't have as much to get distracted by, but it does everything Gold, Silver, and Crystal did, but better. It's very good, and it had the following Pokemon mechanic from the start of the game, which I loved. I loved it so much. I'm going to tell you guys a story. I was in high school when this game came out, and I was stop putting ads in here.
Look at the damage.
What?
This guy
is
going over the speed limit.
There's no ad. I paused the thing that it said the ad was on. Where's this ad? Okay, we're done with the music now. I tried. I have to figure out what's going on with that because I'm not going to be playing ads on my stream unless I get paid for it. But yeah, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, very good. That in high school they were supposed to take away any electronics that they saw as soon as we entered the building. Didn't matter if we got there a half an hour before school started. They were supposed to take away any electronics we had until the end of the school day, which I thought was dumb. Anyway, I was a little rebel, and I brought my DS to school. And so did a bunch of my friends in my first period class. And we all played Pokemon. Now, we all sat in a little corner on the floor, pretending that the teacher could not see us. And the teacher, one of my favorite art teachers, even to this day, she's so silly, but she was so great. I'm sure she knew we were playing our DSs. There was no way she didn't. And she just looked the other way. As long as we were in our seats by the time the bell rang, she looked the other way. And that was so cool, because, ooh, thanks for the heart! Because we were able to battle, we were able to trade. Still a little upset at one of my friends from back then. We aren't friends anymore because we moved away from each other after graduation. She stole my Pichu. She stole my event Pichu. I had gotten an extra one and was trading it around to my friends who couldn't get to the event in time. And I was like, you can borrow this Pichu to get the event Pokemon, but you have to give it back. And so I traded it to this one friend, and then the bell rang, so we had to go into our seats. And she's like, I'll give it back to you tomorrow. And then she never did. But anyway, I had like 4 of those Pichu because it was like an event that you could get the Pichu in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. So I had 5 of them, actually. 4 or 5. I don't remember if Platinum was out at the time. But you could get them in all the DS games. So I got it in all of the DS games, which is why I was okay trading the one Pichu around. So I still have another one of the event Pichu. Also, I took the spiky-eared Pichu that I got from the event, from using the Pichu in the event, to the league, and even to Red. That Pichu took me through to Red. To battle Red and Soul Silver. So anyway, next up is Black and White. Where do I want to put Black and White? Maybe A. Yeah, I think I'm going to put Black and White in A. They were good games. They were really solid games. Their story carried them. The story carried them hard for me. And like some of the designs were really good. Some of them were kind of okay. I liked that they played around with seasons. Was not a fan that they kind of went with this very electrical evolution animation. But other than that, I really high-key enjoyed Black and White. I am trying very hard not to give you my Black and White rant. Because I have a rant about Black and Gen 5 and the fan base. And I'm not going to give it to you guys. I'm going to try really hard not to tell you this rant, not to go on this rant. I'm trying real hard. I'm trying so hard, guys. You don't even know. Rant. You want me to rant? Okay. It's the hecking fan base's fault that Pokemon is the way it is today. They tried so hard with Gen 5. No, I've started. It's too late. They tried so hard with Gen 5. They experimented so much. They did camera angles, they did seasons, they did musicals, they did theater. They had 2 games instead of 1 for their sequel. They did the sequel as an actual sequel instead of just a third version. They did an interesting storyline. They did with a morally I guess, depending on if you see N as the villain or Getsus as the villain, morally gray villain. They had 2 different ways to explore the region depending on what game you picked. They had version differences that actually mattered. They played with the Wi-Fi feature and connection features, and the fans did nothing but complain about Trubbish and Vanillite. That was all I ever heard about Black and White, was how much the fans hated Trubbish and Vanillite. And then the next generation, they took out the majority of what they experimented with Gen 5. And they took out stuff that they had experimented with Gen 4. Like having Mythic and Gen 3, where they had like the event mythicals actually have a story that goes along with them. And having a post game that actually does a lot of stuff. Like a more than just an 2-hour post game kind of thing. And people are like, oh, Pokemon went down from Gen 6 on. And I'm like, why do you think? It's because they tried so hard in Gen 5 and they got blasted for designs that weren't even bad. Like Vanillite, yeah, it could have been better, but Trubbish is a solid design. And they got blasted for the 2 designs out of all of the designs they had. And no one talked about how cool the seasons were or how cool the sequel games were, even though I didn't have a chance to finish the sequel games because I was graduating high school and had to focus on getting into college. I still need to finish them. Maybe I'll do that on stream one day. And so they realized that they could not make their fans happy, but they would still get sales. And so I feel like that's why, in general, the quality of like certain elements of the game, I'm not going to say all the new games are bad because I do like a lot of the new games, but like they took out a lot, and a lot of the stuff we miss is because of fans just not saying what they liked about the games, only saying what they hated. And that's demoralizing. Like, I don't care who you are. Saying only what you hate about a franchise has to be like demoralizing for the people working on it, but also like it says something to the people who like actually had the production value, like had the productions. Like if they're still making sales and no one is caring about what they do, then why put in the effort? Okay, rant over. Now, Black and White 2, like I said, didn't finish it, but I thought what I did work on it, what I did play of it is interesting. However, because I didn't finish it, I have to put in an A. I can't, like, in good conscience, put it in S because I don't have like the knowledge of playing the game. Make myself some tea. I might do that after stream. I do like tea. Though it is kind of hot. It's 90 degrees right now, so I'm not sure I want a hot beverage. You need to make me relax. No, I'm fine. I can move on from that rant real easy, don't worry. The X and Y games, I'm going to put in B. They're solid games. I liked the megas. I liked the storyline for the most part. I think the way they handled the villains could have been done differently. The graphics were great. I loved the customization. I loved the gyms. Calm down, Charlie. Let go of your rage. No, I'm okay. I promise. I'm okay. I've stopped paying attention to the fan base for the most part, and I have chilled out so much from that. Uh, counted. No, I'm good. I promise, I'm good. I've already moved on, guys. It's okay. But yeah, because of all the things I said earlier, I can't in good conscience put X and Y any higher than B, but they were good, solid games. Sun and Moon, also going to put into B. I liked that they experimented with something other than. Do I have an angry expression? Maybe one day I'll show you. Maybe one day you guys will make me angry. But right now I feel like smiling. We're good. You'll work hard to see it. No. Why would you want to see me angry? But yeah, Sun and Moon has a lot of the same problems as X and Y, but they do a lot of the things better. I like the characters. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. Hi, Bucket. Welcome in. Welcome in. I feel I heard you angry just now. I'd be making your looks match. I wasn't angry. I promise I wasn't angry. I was stern. I was passionate. I'm not actually angry, guys. It's okay. Yeah, I was passionate. But yeah, my issue with Sun and Moon has a lot to do with their execution of their experimentation. I love that they experimented with things. I really do. It made me really happy and made it fun to explore. I prefer gym badges. I really do. But it was a solid game and a nice try, and I appreciate that they tried it. Fiery! Yeah, fiery, like my hair. Ultra Sun and Moon also didn't finish because I was graduating university. Also gonna put that in B because like I enjoyed what I played of it. I just didn't get to the Elite Four. What degree did I get? I got a Bachelor's of Arts in Illustration and Graphic Design. And the difference between a Bachelor's of Arts and a Bachelor's of Science is a foreign language. Charlie's a bachelor. Yeah, I am. And so I took a couple years of Japanese, and I had taken Japanese in high school. However, I am super heckin' rusty. So if I try speaking Japanese and I make mistakes, forgive me. I'm going to do another controversial take, another hot take. The Let's Go games are solid A's. They are an A game. I love the take, I love how they handled like the reimagining of Kanto. I love that they didn't go with like realistic graphics or anything, or even semi-realistic graphics. They went with something super cartoonish, super fun. I kind of wish they would have done that with more of the games, but I'll take what I can get. I love that I could start with Eevee. Eevee is my favorite Pokemon of all time. I love that it rides on your shoulder. I love that, like, I love the games. I will say, I actually got a chill down my spine in part of the reimagined story in Let's Go. Yeah, it's a positive take, don't worry. I only have one negative Pokemon take. It's okay. Actually, no, technically I have two negative Pokemon takes. My other take is the BDSP one that we already gone over. So I won't worry about that. So in the Let's Go games, there's a part where you like try to fight Giovanni, and one of the admins from the Johto games are there. And he's like, I'll take you out even if you are a kid. And it is like actually kind of terrifying when you put yourself into the game. And I'm like, which I like to do. I like to like really go hard into escapism when I do the stories of games. Like it's not like I ever am like delusional. It's just like when you get really into a good book. I like doing that with video games. And so like at that point in time, I was the main character of Let's Go, and I was being like threatened. My life was being threatened by a mafia executive, essentially, and it was terrifying. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so cool. I was not expecting this. So the Let's Go games are very solid games, and I do think they deserve their A ranking. Now, I understand that people do not necessarily agree with that ranking, but this is my tier list. Next is Sword and Shield, and I'm gonna give them B. They're B because I appreciate all the experimentation that they did. There were a lot of problems with it, but the gym music was fire. I had to listen to the gym music every time I did a badge because it was so hecking cool. It made me feel passionate about playing the mainline games again. Like the gym music alone made me like feel like putting myself like in the competition again. I felt like I was in a competition. It was so cool. My heart was racing every time that music came on. And also, like, a lot of the cutscenes are really well done too. Uh, that being said, the story could have used some work. The graphics could have used some work. There were things that could have used some work, but it's a solid game. It belongs in B. Legends Arceus goes into S immediately. It is such a good game. I can't wait for Legends ZA. I loved that they actually made the Pokedex worth completing. And like something you want to complete, and like catching a lot of Pokemon, something you actually wanted to do. Instead of just, it's there. I love that they like gave you incentives to do it and like made it fun and interesting and challenging and not super repetitive. I think it was really cool. The story was awesome. I adore Volo. Actually, I adore a lot of the characters in Legends Arceus. Hizuian Zorua is my baby. But yeah, it's a really good game. It belongs in S tier. And my last hot take. I have a lot of opinions about Pokemon, guys. Last hot take is that Scarlet and Violet belong in A. A lot of people complain about how buggy it is and how the graphics are bad. And I'm over here like, the graphics aren't actually that bad. There's a lot of good elements about the graphics. And it's really improved from Sword and Shield, so you can tell that they're improving. And I've only ever experienced one actual bug in all of my like 3 years of playing Scarlet and Violet. So like yeah, I believe all of the evidence that there are other bugs out there It's not like I'm saying, oh, because I haven't experienced it, that it hasn't happened. But between me only experiencing one bug, um, from 2019 till now, or no, what? Not 2019. That was Sword and Shield. 2022. So 2 years. Anyway, 2 years until now. Um, what was I saying? Only experiencing one bug. And also the fact that all Pokemon games are buggy. Pokemon is not great with not having buggy games. Like, I don't know if y'all remember, but when you first got, when X and Y first came out, you could not save in Lumiose. It would soft lock you out of your game. I think that's the right term. But, like, you couldn't play if you saved in Lumiose for, like, a month. It took them a month to fix it. And so, like, Pokemon games have always been buggy. But, like, with Scarlet and Violet being the first open world game, and with a lot of the cool designs, and with the addition of co-op, and just it was so much fun. It was fun, it was good. I high key enjoyed it. And I still high key enjoy it. I will just run around. I will run around. I will do terror raid battles, get my Herba Mystica, hunt for shinies. Still haven't found a shiny Eevee. But I high key enjoy Scarlet and Violet. Yes, it's not the best Pokemon game out there. It does not deserve an S rank, but it is very good. It is not as bad as people say. Hi Kimoki, welcome in, welcome in. How you doing? But yeah, those are the Pokemon game main game tiers that I have. Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go is not a mainline game, but it is a fun game. I would put it at a solid B. And the reason I would put it at a B instead of an A is because it gets repetitive, and like, there's a lot of in-app purchases that just I just don't want to deal with. But it was really fun for the first year, especially. And I still play it from time to time, so I think it counts as a solid B game. Did I download this image? 1 second. Yeah, I did. Okay. Tierlist. Post. Alright. Where's that one? Because I want to close out of it before I forget. Here we go. I'm trying to decide if I have the energy to do one more. I probably shouldn't. How am I doing with streaming time? We've been streaming for 2 hours. Well, 2 hours and 11 minutes. Which is about the length of time that I've been wanting to stream for the first couple of weeks. Well, actually longer than what I wanted to stream for the first couple of weeks. But I found out I can handle the 2 hours. So it's what I want to do for the first couple of weeks. Your former boss was an exec at a software company who scheduled meetings in buildings near Pokemon Go gyms so he could battle. That is so valid. Seems like I should rest. Yeah, probably. But I'm having fun. I like talking about Pokemon. All right, all right. I'll be good. I'll behave. But we might do this again sometime. We might search through the Pokemon tier lists together and do more. I'm having fun. I like ranting. Yeah. Okay, but it was only the one rant. It was only the one rant. Everything else was positive. I guess maybe I did a mini rant at the beginning with Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. But like I don't like just those two little things. Well, one big thing, one little thing. Just those two things. It's good that I'm opinionated. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, life would be boring if I didn't have opinions. But yeah. You're probably right that I should rest. You heard all I didn't rant about ice types. I said they weren't for me. I said they were cool, but they weren't for me. I will not stand for anyone thinking I actually hate on ice types that much. They're fine. They're fine types. They're just not for me. Alright. So, before I head out, I am going to say to check out my YouTube in probably about an hour. I forgot to upload it ahead of time, but I'm going to go and upload my version of the Lethal Company collab I did with Rosalie, Silas, and Hikari. And so that'll be up today. But I won't guarantee that it'll be up any sooner than an hour from now. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. It has been so much fun. I enjoy talking about Pokemon. We should do more Pokemon streams again. Maybe I'll play a game. I'll steal this idea from Rosalie where we just play games together. I'll see. I shouldn't steal from Rosalie, but anyway. Also keep an eye out for my YouTube because I am going to be and taking all the fun harassment. Yeah. I am going to be doing a series of shorts soon. I don't know exactly when I'm going to be posting them because I'm still working on them. But because my debut is scuffed, I want to have like a get to know you set of shorts that goes through everything from my debut. Like my likes, my dislikes, my goals, that kind of stuff. So that'll be up on YouTube as shorts eventually. Either this week or next week. I'm not sure which. It depends on when I get them all done. But with that being said, I should probably head off. Maybe I'll do some more shiny hunting because I already found one shiny Tatsugiri from the event. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. See you next time. Oh, it's a Charlie. Bye bye.